accent.
But that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
That's about me at about level 8.
Yerp.
You can hear the frustration of the producer with his first okay. So it's like this fucking guy again.
Yeah, I can tell you. Like I've read from other people that worked on that, he is a consummate professional. But boy, if something goes wrong, he gets pissed. And I'm like, wow. That's why I'm surprised he's still alive, because that's stroke material right there, man. So let's see who's all here today. I see that Gambit was first in the house, and pretty much for like an hour. Like it's nothing again.
He was first, second, third. Like he's like 10th.
That's it. It's just like I'm looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Notice me, Kurt. Notice
9,
me.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 posts in a row.
That's a whole conversation with yourself. Holy shit.
Hold on.
You have 20 new messages.
Yes.
All from Gambit.
The Planets, 1976 by Isao Tomita. Thank God Kate Winslet matured her acting away from that awful film Titanic due to 2 unnecessary characters, Jack and Rose, dumb characters, really dumb characters. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind has been aligned with a greater inspection, distinctly related to the 21st century of memory, longing, and nostalgia in science fiction. Films like Code 46 and 2046, the film showcases memory as fragmented and unreliable, evident by its nonlinear structure, and which is, by the way, not a good thing to do in a movie, not having linear storytelling. Even if it goes back and forth, you should be telling it in such a way that it remains linear with the person telling it. Now, Pierre Robin composed Berlin Alexanderplatz 1980 for Rainer Werner Fassbinder, for Lola 1981, Querelle, and Veronica Voss, and so on. Yeah. Let's see who all is here past that. Let's see. Shirley came in next. Hi, Shirley.
Hi,
Then
Shirley.
Storty was here. So Shirley.
Yeah.
Greetings, everyone. And there's Shirley. And then Gambit again saying hi to everybody. And wow. I should just do a show narrating the chat.
That would be awesome.
That's all we do. Oh, it looks like Shirley says, I watched this movie for the first time a couple hours ago. Does your head hurt?
Oh, we lost Shen.
And the episode feels, you never lose Shen. Shen's like herpes.
Oh my God.
This episode feels like I dare you to repeat what I said, Martin.
No, I will never.
The episode feels like a Twilight Zone episode. Yeah, that was too long. I agree. Shinatsky, did you hear what I said?
I was switching to my PC, so.
Oh, okay. Martin says, oh no, we have lost Shinatsky. And I said, Shinatsky's like herpes. We never lose it. He
I
never
see.
goes away. I see. Let's see, looking at this. Yeah, her head hurts after watching it.
Yeah, I just watched it today and I want these 2 hours back.
I think this movie works better as a short story. The length of this movie was one of the most unnerving things for me. And I understand, like I understood immediately what this movie was about. And the only problem I have with it scientifically, it's illogical that you would do that. Anybody, like, how would a company survive doing that? Nobody wants to fucking do that.
I beg
Nobody
to
would
differ.
fucking do. I don't think people would fucking go to that business because I would not give up a single pain I've ever had because so many good things also came after that.
Yeah.
So therefore,
But
it
That's
can
the point of the
disappoint.
movie.
You turn your fucking memory into Swiss cheese, and that would be very frustrating for people. You're basically forcing them to have Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Taking memories.
You're right, but normies
No
do not
company
see
would
it that
survive
way.
on that.
They don't see it that way. They would
This
pay
film
good
would have
money
worked
for
better.
get their pain.
I don't believe that for a second. I think
Oh.
they would fucking starve to death as a business. People don't want to lose their memories. That's why people are afraid of fucking Alzheimer's. They're not going to just go volunteer to start losing them. You know, within those bad memories are also good memories. It's just the concept doesn't work. It's a device. The idea of the science fiction in this is just period. It's a device to get them to where they need to go. And I don't mind it as long as there's a logic to it. And I have problem with the logic of this device. And but it leads to there are some funny moments in it. Anma heard me laugh. I chuckle at certain things in this film because they're true. But they also did something else that she and I talked about, which is there's not one actual really likable character in this whole film. Not one character is likable in the true sense of the word. And that, as Josh Becker says, and by the way, he didn't like this film either. He says it takes no effort to create characters you don't like. It requires actual work as a writer to make characters that are likable. And right off the bat, you fucking hate her character because she's a cunt. She really is. She's just a self-absorbed fucking cunt, drinking and driving.
And
Yeah,
he's a
drunk driving.
boring nobody.
He's a needy. It's not so much he's a nobody for me. I see him as just overly needy, clingy, and then overly judgmental at the wrong moments, and not likable. He's not likable. She's not likable. The doctor isn't likable for what he did when you find out what he did. And I can't stand the kid from Lord of the Rings in it at all. He's a scumbag. And Mark Ruffalo is the closest thing to somebody who's kind of likable in the film. And of course, I hate Mark Ruffalo. And so it's hard for me to like a character played by Mark Ruffalo. So I just had those problems with it. And but past that, I enjoyed some of the dialogue. I enjoyed some of the moments in there. Like my favorite moment, my absolute favorite moment, which made me think of Anima, which is when she's at the table as like an aunt or neighbor, and he's a child underneath the table, and she pulls her dress up for him to see her crotch. And I laughed, and I'm like, yeah, if something like that happened, that's what Anima would have to do with me to get me to snap out of it. So that was funny.
Okay, before we continue, let me. And
pick yourselves up and sally fuck! Sally fuck! Sally forth!
Do we have that airplane gag in here still?
Which one? Because I think
Sally
we had
I don't want to
two.
say. I don't want to say.
Okay.
One of the many unfunny ones.
Because it's perfect for our friend Shirley.
Oh, how dare you call unfunny anything on that movie?
I couldn't even finish it, and you guys make me talk about it on my fucking birthday.
You need to be
I will never forget
exercised.
that.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Martin. You're the one that pushed for it.
I don't care.
Martin says, I thought it was. I'm going to switch to the other theater.
Yeah, yes.
Or stage, and we're going to main shows.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. See if it's in there, because that would be an absolutely optimum greeting for Shirley.
Oh, I found it.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
There we go. There you go, Shirley. Let's see. Get me back.
All righty then.
All righty then. All right. We have bad news today. Actor T.K. Carter, who played Knowles in The Thing, has died at age 69. This is from TMZ, who I think is a garbage website.
You forgot a letter in that banner, whoever did it.
Return of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, yeah. I see. We can.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. It says we can.
Oh, it looks to me like somebody sabotaged it.
I didn't. I'm not vindictive.
There we go.
Hey, we have you coming.
So, yeah, my little gag there for those of you in the chat with that banner is the fact that this film and the story elements in this film are connected slightly to another movie called Total Recall. The device even kind of resembles it when they're in the office, like a basic low budget indie version of what they did in the bigger film, Total Recall. And of course, what is the title of the book or short story within the collection? And they use the name of the story in the film as their motto, which is "We can remember it for you wholesale." And of course, here I put in "We can unremember it for you wholesale," because they're it follows some of the same themes. Big difference is implanting is different than taking away. And I do like that one of the payoffs at the end of the film is that you find out that Mary Jane Watson from Spider-Man had slept with the doctor and that she wanted that removed. And so what does she do? She starts to try to do it again with him. And yeah, that's a fucking mess. And but the whole idea of doing that is, basically volunteering for Alzheimer's. It's like I don't see that happening.
Selective Alzheimer's.
Yeah, selective Alzheimer's. But there's no guarantee that some connected memories may get pulled because of connection to that memory. And
not only that, remember the doctor says when he asks, "I'm not going to get brain damage," and I say, "Well, technically, the procedure is brain damage.
This is brain damage.
So it could have sequels that you couldn't be aware of decades in the future."
So my general opinion about the film is that I got to be able to believe the science fiction elements of the story, and I don't believe that. I am like that just doesn't. That won't work. That wouldn't happen in a real world. People wouldn't go for that. Like it just wouldn't work. You're turning your memory into Swiss cheese voluntarily. No.
Yes, they would.
I don't believe for a second. And it's like even for the number of people that'd be dumb enough to do it, not enough to pay the fucking bills and keep the lights on.
Yeah. Also, you wouldn't do such a procedure in a person's home.
Yeah, that was just like, what are they doing?
Then go party in your fucking underwear, raiding their cabinets and shit.
Yeah. So
you'd be surprised.
It's a science fantasy. Yeah, I would put it there because just there's no real science in it. The science in it doesn't work the way that they're talking about. Although neural pathways are true, I think the closest thing that they've ever come to was showing past memories was at the end of the movie. The Doug Trumbull film. I can't believe I forgot the name.
Trumbull?
Dreamscape.
No,
No, not Dreamscape.
Oh.
That's a good film though. And that one shows memories and dreams too. That I like the way they do theirs, where you can go in and manipulate the dreams, do things within them, and come out mentally healthier. I like that idea. But you get to the movie that Doug Trumbull did, where Woodward died making the film. She drowned. Natalie Wood, and
Yeah.
Christopher Walken's
Yes, we
film.
were talking about that one.
And it's just such a phenomenal film. And what they had is memory bubble, to where you can see these bubbles and you can go into them and see a memory. And that was a great visual for showing how memories might work in the human brain. And I kind of like that. I really do. Wait a minute. What's this? Michel Gondry owes this technique to French New Wave director Jean-Luc Godard. Yep. And I'd also like the idea that he wanted to save a piece of her so he doesn't forget her. So he's trying to run from the memory eraser. That was really nifty. It had some emotional moments to it too. I like the emotional impact of some of the scenes. Scenes.
Is it Brainstorm?
That's it. Brainstorm. That's the one. And we need to do that. And I'm going to have my buddy Mark on here. Where's she at? There you go. Sally has been wanting me to have him on the show because he and I are friends, and we liked hanging out together. We completely nerded out for like 4 hours, just talking about cool shit. And I'm like, yep, we just became best friends. One of those stepbrother moments. Did we just become step friends? Yep. That's Mark. I fucking love that guy. And now that we're not going to be doing Dark Matters anymore, it'll be my one way is to have him on here to talk about visual effects and prop building, because it's something I know he loves, as well as we can talk about astronomy, because he has a great observatory down in Arizona, right around where I used to live in Phoenix area. And by the way, what she's talking about, that is an energy vampire, what I call energy vampires. Anybody that starts with an E in of the 16 different personality describers for people, which actually breaks down further than that, because there are 4 letters in each one, and they're not always the same. And ENFPs in particular are problematic personalities. They tend to be toxic people, not always, but they tend to be. They're definitely energy eaters. They will just sap you of all your energy because they're constantly needing, give me energy, give me your energy. That's the kind of person that's always wondering, well, what do you think of that? Does that look okay? Do you think that looks okay? Do you think I was right for saying that? Hey, I want to talk to you about something. I said this to this person. Do you think that was okay? Look, if you can't fucking figure it out on your own, why are you bothering other people with it? And that's why I avoid people like that, which she's talking about there. They are for people like me, they're toxic. They will just fucking send me screaming after a little bit. I can't fucking stand being around people like that for very long. Andromeda strain is a great scientific warning. And you got to remember something about Michael Crichton. That man could warn you about shit in the most entertaining fucking ways. Andromeda strain, as scary as that movie was, I mean, really, it gave me nightmares as a kid. It really taught people to be aware that the shit coming back from space may have stuff on it. When you see something land on Earth, meteor, what have you, be careful what that is. Not to mention debris coming off of asteroids that come close to us. They go by, and then like weeks later, stuff from that starts falling into our atmosphere. You don't know what that is. This is shit to be afraid of. The cautionary tales, Michael Crichton taught all of us to be aware of the psychology. Yeah. Well, you look at his first real sci-fi movie was not Andromeda Strain. That's more science fact. Whereas Westworld Westworld was basically Jurassic Park. It's the same premise. Turning something into entertainment that you don't understand, that could kill you. This is going to be even weirder because you put the painting filter on, and it's already kind of dreamlike in certain parts, so it's going to look even weirder. I predict.
Okay.
By the way, I for one cannot stand people that dye their hair that color. I mean, it's okay if other people do it, but I would not be involved with someone with hair like that because I just see that as not going to be conducive to a normal relationship with me. See, Joe's wife does that. Joe's wife does that, but their relationship works, and she's really great once you get to know her. She is awesome. But I immediately, blue hair in particular, green.
She's going through the whole rainbow.
Well, Foxy has been doing it before it was co-opted by crazy people.
Yeah, I miss when punks dyed their hair. They were actually kind of cool.
Yeah, for us though, when I was a punk, the big one was always like platinum blonde. Like back in the late 70s and in the 80s, like white, almost white albino looking hair, which the police kind of held in, but it was also in the punk community. You'd see, like I saw this guy with a 2-foot tall fucking mohawk, just pure blonde, like white hair. And I asked him, how do you keep that up? And he said, toothpaste.
Oh?
Yeah. I learned later that before there was like really strong hair gel, they would use toothpaste to keep their hair up. I also did like some of the kid scenes when he was a kid, but when he was talking about in an interview about killing that bird that was based on an incident when he was a kid, like everybody gets into that. And I'm like, I lived a normal childhood with a bunch of weird friends. No, that never happened with me.
It's definitely not normal. No.
Hammering a fucking bird. No, that's psychotic. If they made you do that, that was a fucking psycho in the making. What we would do is we'd go out with our BB guns, then later 22s, and we'd shoot animals. And then, like, we had a fort built out in the forest behind our apartments, and we would set up a little pit, and we would grill, skin, and grill the animals out there, eat them. Yeah, the worst thing I did as a kid was with my brothers. We went out because there were so many fucking scorpions out there behind my aunt and uncle's house. And they went out there and used a magnifying glass on them.
Holy shit.
Oh, God. My
That's because
cousins,
they didn't want to touch them.
collected slugs and then put salt on them in the sun.
Well, that's just mean. That
was mental.
Yeah, to me, killing the scorpions was a safety thing because these were the ones with the tiny pinchers and the tiny little needle. That means dangerous.
Yep.
And the bigger the tail and claws, the less toxic they are. And these were the ones that will put a kid down. And so we went out there, we killed all of them. And I remember a scene at the beginning of a Western, I think it was The Wild Bunch, where you see some Mexican kids with a barrel, I think, and they've got it full of ants, and they toss down a scorpion into all these ants. And yeah, I was like, holy shit, I would never do that. I would never do that. Wait, what's this one? The brand Circa Survive has an album called Shaturna with songs inspired by this movie, including one called Meet Me in Montauk, which has the line, "You'd mean so much more to me if I remembered."
Guys, I'll be back. Anima, can you please keep an eye on the chat? Try to be as fast as possible.
Yeah, Kate Winslet in the 1990s Peter Jackson movie Heavenly Creatures. That movie was tough, but I don't think that was Kate Winslet. Let me double check. The girl that played the crazy stalker in 2.5 Men was in it.
Well, she said that in that interview that we watched a part of, that she's usually typecast as the English rose romantic girl character. And that's why she was intrigued about this movie, because this girl is a bitch.
That's
no, it is her.
That's an interesting reason to take her on.
It is her. So it was Melanie Linsky is the girl I'm trying to think of. She played the stalker, Charlie Stalker, in the TV series. She's funny as shit in that show, 2.5 Men, and it is Kate Winslet. I'll be damned. I have seen this movie. It's tough. It's a true story.
Yeah, it was it was that famous New Zealand murder, right? With the brick.
With the brick, and they're out. They got out within 20 years, I think, both of them.
Yeah,
One moved away
underage.
one moved back to England while the other one stayed there in Australia.
Oh, and for those that didn't know, they weren't lesbians.
No, they just loved each other like deeply, and thought they were soulmates, is the way they call it. Non-sexual. It was just purely, loving somebody that much, and they became obsessed with one another. And that's what it is. It's obsession with their relationship, that anything that fought against it in any way was perceived as a threat. And that's what happened. So they kill her mom with a brick. Good God, that really, the art stuff filter really made her look ugly there.
Yeah. I hate that we have to use that.
Oh, it was absolute cold blood what they did. They get no empathy or sympathy from me. What they did, they deserved to go to prison for life for what they did. And they didn't. I think they were only in 15, 20 years.
Yeah, because they were under 18.
Yeah. Trial and conviction, release. Pauline Parker, following her release from prison, Parker was given a new identity as Hillary Nathan. I mean, they went so far as to do that. But I'm trying to see how long they were in prison.
Had a while. Made you remember there was an interview, and needless to say, the one it's like, I feel bad about killing my parent. One would hope.
Both of them got new names after they were released.
Yeah.
Well, her relationship with Parker was obsessive. They were never lesbians. That was something she said in an interview. It wasn't that kind of relationship. It was an obsession. Parker and home had afternoon tea with Parker's mother, Honora Riper, in a tea kiosk in Victoria Park, Christchurch. Following their meal, they walked through a wooded area of a park, approximately 130 meters, down the path where Holm and Parker bludgeoned the mother to death with half a brick enclosed in an old stocking. After committing the murder, the two girls ran back to the tea kiosk. They were met by Agnes and Kenneth Ritchie, owners of the tea shop, whom they told that Reaper had fallen and hit her head. Yeah. Repeatedly. And she kept falling, getting up and falling again, just over and over again. It's sort of that joke that we used to say, like, I'm sorry, Ossifer. I tried to stop him hitting my feet with his head by using my fists to stop him. It's like, what? Sorry, Ossifer.
That's some Portal humor. Yeah, the only thing you really can do at that point is laugh because it's so fucking terrible.
He is a true introvert as far as the way Jung and later Myers-Briggs define introvert. That is somebody that requires all their energy from someone else, external. Or no, he's an extrovert. He's not an introvert. He's the opposite of that. An introvert is someone like me who I give all my energy to myself. He needs energy from her and from other people. So that's not an introvert. That is an extrovert. An extrovert is somebody who gets their energy from outside themselves. So
But that was just eating.
No. And I always considered that crack as being symbolic. It's not a real crack. It's there on the set. It's designed to look at what's going on with them. Symbolic. Symbology.
That's one of the problems with this movie. It's trying to be intellectual and a piece of art, and all it is a bunch of fucked up characters with their fucked up lives.
As Homer Simpson would put it, it's just a bunch of stuff that happened.
Exactly.
And I got to tell you, she's a detestable person when you see her at her lowest form of who she is. She's detestable. Yeah. I fucking hated people that drunk drive. As a young man, like when I was a teenager, man, I get mad at them. Like Patty had these two best friends, Janine and Doug. Funny people. They really made me laugh. But man, oh man, they showed up at our house one night talking about the previous night time went on. And when they went out that morning, they saw the car was parked sideways in the parking lot. And Janine started yelling at Doug, like, for parking it that way. He goes, I didn't park it. And they just started laughing, going, we didn't know who parked it. And I walked in going, did you check the wheel well to see if there's a dead kid in it? Maybe a tricycle? Of course, it got really quiet when I did that. I went, okay, we're just checking. And I walked away. And they never spoke to me again. And Patty got mad at me for doing that. But I'm like, that's just not funny. It's not fucking funny. Drinking.
I disagree with Sally here. What do you say to that, Gary?
Joel is not an INFJ. No.
Not at all.
He is very needy. And INFJs are not needy. We're the opposite of needy.
I can be sometimes.
Not me. I know you can be.
Oh, you're needy in your own way.
Not the way you think.
When it comes to me, you are.
I don't need energy from you. I don't require energy from you. I just want to look at your breasts and everything else.
There's the humor deflection.
Hey, don't you use psychology and psychological terms on me, mister.
How dare you?
I'll say my favorite one, Hannibal. Are you psychoanalyzing me? You wouldn't like me when I'm psychoanalyzed.
Yeah. The way I see it with me in relationships is the neediness that you might feel for me isn't neediness, it's want. There's a difference between need and want. And I want your companionship. I want that. But if I don't get it, I will get, like, if you had to go do stuff, I'm gonna be fine. I got things to do. The needs that I have are pretty basal, very normal needs that any human being has. I don't need companionship at all, but I love that I have it.
I do sometimes.
And I said it so many times before. I was designed for that COVID shutdown.
Oh yeah, I really like that.
It's like, man, I was so fucking happy not having to deal with people. Like if I got thrown into jail, I would do something immediately to get me put in solitary because I like being alone.
Okay.
Then you bring
I
in
am back.
complications.
You are
the
safe.
complications of relationships, and then what you find out with INFJ people is that we have to alter things about us to accommodate it. And I'm more than happy to, because I fell in love with you, and I like having that. But the fact is, like I said, if you said, hey, like even for a week, if you told me I have to go for a week, I'm not sure when I'll be able to get a hold of you, but the minute I will set a timer in my head and I'll be fine. I will wait, and then when it gets to that point when you're supposed to get a hold of me, I have an alarm in my head that goes off going, okay, I need to know that she's okay. So if I don't hear from her, I will get concerned. But it's concern for you, not over my feelings. The only time I get concerned about my feelings is when somebody like leaves but doesn't tell me that they're breaking up with me. I'm like, man, it's been 2 weeks. I wonder, like when I left a certain person, I'd been gone for almost 2 months before they realized I was gone. They were so caught up in their shit. They just didn't even notice. Like, I moved on. Yeah, I'm gone. They said, well, I thought you were still back there. No, I have a life, and it went that way. It's not with you anymore. I've moved on that direction. And then I met a girl. Well, I met you during that time too. But
yeah,
I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. See, that is not me. I broaden my horizons by reading or listening to audiobooks and history books. And if I did that for the rest of my life, I'd be the happiest guy in the world in so many ways. But I fell in love. So now I have that. Yeah, that's how I am. Like one of my best friendships is with Mac, really. Jim too. Jim and Mike were kind of that way too, where we could hang out together and not talk, not be all up in each other's shit. Like, what are you thinking right now? Who fucking cares? If somebody wants to share something with you, they'll fucking share it with you. What are you thinking? Something that's none of your business, and maybe something you won't like if I said it out loud. What is this? Jason Killingworth wrote, Carrey nails the part, winning audience sympathy from the opening moments of the film. One, I don't know fucking know who that is, and I don't agree. I think he's a bit of a fucking tool. I think he's a tool.
There's nothing to be sympathetic about.
No. Like, yeah, she's a bitch. She's a fucking horrible person that goes out drunk driving and goes, doesn't matter. It's like, who does that? And every character in the film, I can't stand.
I think they were trying for a manic pixie dream girl type thing.
I don't know who dreams of that kind of girl. I don't know. That's
I'm just letting you know. I think that's what they were going for. Which I've never found that type of. There's like, yeah, here's a woman who's a chaotic mess and will basically fuck your life up. Yeah, I totally want that.
Well, look, there's actually a lot of his childhood in this film. That's where they got all the history stuff from, was from him personally. And they may have done it with her too, Kate Winslet. I don't know. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, I think, is a very honest actor. But he's also out of his fucking mind. He needs help. And I hope he's getting help.
Probably not. He's got too much money for anyone to be able to help him.
Well, that's the problem. Once you become so famous that you have a fan base, the fan base are nothing but a bunch of fucking enablers to whatever is fucking wrong with you. No, be happy with yourself. He has a problem that needs addressing. No, accept yourself as who you are. Fuck people like that.
I mean, accepting yourself for who you are doesn't exclude getting help.
You need to. If you have problems, you need to. The problem is, like, okay, my sister has schizophrenia, Michelle, and it's a known fact. It's not like secret in our family. And I'm one of the people that got caught in the middle of her storms that would arise. And until you've dealt with that, you don't understand mental illness until you've dealt with it up close and personal. And I didn't run from it. We dealt with it. And then I keep my distance from my sister. She's not allowed to have my phone number. That's 30 years that rule has been in play. Once I found out what she can do to you when she's having one of her moments and how destructive she can be with her schizophrenia, I learned I need to have a barrier with you. For us to have a relationship, I have to have a barrier. And Jim Carrey, I don't think he has schizophrenia by any measure, but I do believe he's not balanced mentally. And you can't be that fucking funny and that spontaneous with that comedy and not be fucked up a little bit. Historically, that's been proven. Starting again, my favorite one, Jonathan Winters, who was in and out of mental institutions his entire life, adult life. Similar to Ashton Kutcher, a comedic actor who appeared in the thriller Butterfly Effect. I like that movie. It's not great, but I did like that movie. I would say I liked it better than this one for sure. The only thing really great about this picture is the actors that are in it. I love every actor in this movie, except for Mark Ruffalo. I can't stand that guy. I mean, seriously, he cannot act.
What's your problem with him, though?
He can't act. The best thing he's ever done is The Brothers McMullen with Adrian Brody. That's a really good film, and I thought he was really good in it. He's so replaceable.
Who?
When you watch a role, you should feel no one else could play this role. I see this role in this movie, and I can think of a dozen actors that would be better in that role.
Well, the same goes for Elijah Wood, though.
Elijah.
He's not very good in this.
No, he's not very good either, but he is creepy. And he's a creepy looking guy in real life. And I think he's funny. I think he's a
but
nice
that's
guy
not his
too.
fault.
Yeah, but I don't think he's all that great an actor. I think that he's very simplistic. But when he did horror in this movie, he's really good at creepy. Why?
Yeah.
Because I think he's a creepy looking dude. I think there's something very creepy looking about him.
By the
The only
way,
time he doesn't look creepy is in Lord of the Rings. What?
I want to say hello to Sander Hammerschlag and
Oh,
welcome
Reed's here too. Reed's here too.
and welcome
Oh.
Elliot Johnson.
Hey, Elliot, how you doing? Many comedic actors and stand-up comedians have anxiety disorders and other. No, exactly what I was talking about, Elliot. Because look, I'm notoriously funny, and I was funnier when I was younger because I was more of a person that wanted to please other people and making them laugh. I still like to make people laugh, but it was really bad, and I suffer from depression, and it was borderline manic when I was younger. And as I got older, I got control of it. But by getting control of it, I became quieter. and the fact that I can sit for hours without talking to somebody, days, in fact. I can sit days and not talk to anybody. And that's the big change that happened to me. And it ends up being what ends up happening with a lot of people who are comedic. And Jonathan Winters did a lot of alone time. And like Jonathan Winters, this man here took up painting. And both of them found ways of purging the shit in their heads. The problem is he goes on negative things that I think are unhealthy. Between schizophrenia and autism. Oh, yeah. There's potential for it, yeah. Involve being more tuned in than the average person, yeah. What's this Reed said? I couldn't finish watching the Jim and Andy documentary because it does. Oh my God. It is so fucking aggravating watching that documentary. I quit too. I only think I got somewhere between halfway and 3/4, and I couldn't finish the fucking movie.
Live by the method, die by the method.
He's a fucking mental wreck, Jim Carrey is. Yeah, look, I've seen moments where he was clearly manifesting a problem. That scene, and it's on video, where he takes a chair and throws it at Lawler, the pro wrestler, out at his trailer. That's an episode. And the thing that pissed off DeVito was that he said he thought he was embodying Andy Kaufman, and the person he's behaving like in between scenes. I know Andy Kaufman, and that wasn't him. So, I don't know what he was manifesting when he did that shit, but it was not fucking Andy Kaufman. That was him showing what's wrong with him. Well, look, damn it, it's fucking tragic. And I blame his fan base for part of the reason why he keeps fucking having these things happen with him. Because they keep going, this is the type of people they are. No, there's nothing wrong with you. You should love yourself as who you are. When you say that to somebody with mental illness, you're dooming them.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what they need.
Constant validation is manipulation.
Very true. Very true. And don't get me wrong, I love Jim Carrey on screen. Nobody can make me fucking laugh like him. And but I started noticing in the 2000s that something's up with him. And that's around the time I heard all the stuff about, Man on the Moon, some of the shit he was doing way before the documentary came out. And then the shit went down with Kick-Ass 2. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? That is so self-destructive what he did. Lawler tells a great story about nearly beating Carrey. Oh, yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. Carrey somehow had no idea Lawler was Kaufman's friend, so he treated him like they were on-screen personas. I know. This is part of what I was talking about, that he's not embodying Andy. He's embodying a character that Andy played. And that's what pissed off Danny DeVito with him, because he got pissed about it. You're not acting like Andy. Andy was a good guy, a very nice, thoughtful, kind friend, and anyway. But look, yeah, you can't not love the guy. The guy tries, but he's got so many problems, and he's got a fan base that's so fucking destructive to him. And I try to watch movies with him. There are things that he's done that I won't forgive. Like when he did the video of Charlton Heston. I'm like, sure, you say that about him when he's dead. That's awful thoughtful of you. And what do you know about Charlton Heston? Do you know that when it wasn't popular in Hollywood, he was the only actor out there standing up for civil rights? You know, it's not like he's not an asshole, because I believe that Jim Carrey's an asshole too, but it's not always an asshole. He's just sometimes an asshole. And he's filled with a mixture of self-loathing and hatred to other people who don't think like him. But yeah, Reed, I remember that story. Oh wait, what could happen to Robin Williams? Well, Robin,
That was different.
He tended to internalize his mental issues, and because he suffered from manic depression, or some people will refer to it as bipolar disorder. I always was worried that I was developing BPD, and but later found out that I found a way to balance everything. But in doing so, I had to really internalize a lot.
He didn't end himself because of depression, though. He had a horrible disease that was driving him crazy. He had Lewy body dementia.
Yeah, it was going to take everything away from him.
He was losing his mind and aware of it. So he couldn't live with that.
Which is, again, comes back to this story. What you're talking about is voluntarily losing your mind. And I'm just telling you, a business like that would go out of business.
Oh,
because
yeah.
They would
never go into business.
Yeah,
well, first of all, the FDA would stop them.
Yeah, the only way this kind of works is that, as far as I can tell, it's literally a small operation. Only the guy in his assistant know about it.
In reality, this would be run out of somebody's house, and they would be constantly moving so they don't get busted to do this.
Yep.
So they would go from, location to location and have a very small clientele. But it would be an ending clientele because those people can't come back, because they said in the story, you can't do it again. No. Why? I don't know. It's like if you do it once, you should be able to do it multiple times.
No. It's not that they cannot do it again. The thing is, you cannot do it 3 times inside the same month.
Yeah, that's bad. Because I heard her say that to the guy over the phone.
Yeah, and it's why? Well, it's policy. Yeah, they don't want to tell you that they make your brain into goo.
So it's akin to guy sleeps with an ugly girl. He's got roofies, so he takes roofies. He forgets that he took the roofies, but he still remembers sleeping with the ugly girl. So he goes out, gets more roofies.
Hey, hello, Mike. Good to see you.
Hey, Mike.
Happy New Year to you.
I wish you would join us every once in a while.
Well, he's got to be cautious with his love.
He's too cool for us now.
Yeah, too cool for us, man. What's that like, Mike, to be too cool to hang out with Martin, Anima, Shinatsky, and me? What's that like?
He's like Lando Calrissian. He's gonna say to us, "That's the price you pay for being successful."
He says, "But I'm never too cool." Yes, you are. Apparently, because you're not here.
Hey, remember that time when you got your wife to go out with you? That was one time.
Ouch.
God damn it.
I didn't say it was the only time. I said that's one time. I can't find my
That's
copy.
just mean.
I need that video.
Well, hold up the sign.
No.
I need the video
You
with
can't make me.
James Coburn. Well, that just mean.
Oh, that ain't right.
He's talking about the one with Mel Gibson when he shoots the luggage.
Payback.
Yeah, that luggage is more than you make in a year. That's just mean. I fucking love that movie. And as much as I enjoyed the director's cut, it's nowhere near as good as the theatrical cut. They were right to interfere.
Yeah, the director's cut take all the fun out of that movie. all of it.
Because Payback, he's a pulpy asshole. That's the only fun there is in the movie. It has to be extreme and absurd. The more serious it is, the worse it's going to be. Because he's, pretty fucking morally dubious in that movie.
Oh, man.
I do admit, I love the end when the guy answers the phone and you just hear, "You were right about me," and then gets blown up.
Well, I wouldn't say that he's morally dubious. I would say he's more questionable or reprehensible. The thing is, the bad guys were badder than him.
Yeah. And what's her name? The Asian girl, the woman that was in it.
Lucy Liu.
Yeah, she's always freaked me the fuck out. She's got...
Oh, man. When she's hitting Val Resnick and turns to Porter and said, "Do you want to do it?" No. It's your job. You do it.
By the way, the writer of this, I'm not a fan of his, but I do like a couple of things he did. In particular, I'm a big fan of Adaptation, which was started out as an autobiographical story, and then he splits himself into two characters. He has a twin brother, which he doesn't in real life. Adaptation is about him. And what's amazing is the female producer of the film is the one pictured in the movie that wants to fuck him. And it's not true. And she felt so fucking weird making that movie, the way it was written, and she knew that she was the basis of that character. But she said it's a good script, and I liked it. I liked Adaptation. I thought Nick Cage did a great job in that. But the previous film that I liked of his was Being John Malkovich. And it's not like I really fucking loved that movie, because again, that works better as a short story. This one would have worked better as a short story or a short film. Like if he wanted to make a movie that has a first act that's a story, second act it's a separate story, and a third act it's an anthological movie, I would have enjoyed that. 3 short stories, and those two in particular really easily could have been 3 parts of a movie. And of course, again, I'm talking about Being John Malkovich and this movie. And what would be another one that they could do? Okay, I don't like those. Anomalisa, I didn't like. How and Why, not interested in that. Schenectady, the key, whatever, New York. Not Schenectady, but Synecdoche.
Yeah, Synecdoche, I think is
that it's CH though. It would be Doge. I don't know. It's just a weird word.
Yeah, it's I cannot.
Now, a film of his that I loved all the way through was Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which was adapted from the book. Because that's a fucking awesome little movie.
I
you know what
that
that's
movie.
about, right? It's about what was his name? Chuck Barris, the guy who ran the Gong Show and all that shit.
He's working for the CIA.
And he wrote this book where he said he was an assassin for the CIA. And Rutger Hauer's part in that is so good. George Clooney, I think, directed it.
Yep, it was his directorial debut.
And I fucking love that movie. God damn it, I fucking love that movie. And I'm like, this movie is wackadoodle, but I enjoyed every fucking second of it. And also, anytime you get to see Sam Rockwell dance in a movie, it's worth the price of admission.
No, every time what you're trying to see is every time you see Sam Rockwell, because he's always going to dance.
I fucking love Sam Rockwell, dude. He's like one of my favorite actors of all time. Fucking love that dude. He's got this new sci-fi film that if I looked at just the rest of the cast, I wouldn't watch it. I think I see Zazie Beetz or whatever her name is in it, and I'm like, nobody in this film looks enticing, but Sam Rockwell is in it, and he walks up with the most fucked up looking thing, like I'm from the future, and he walks in, he's like covered with like urinal bags
Look,
and
have
shit.
fun, don't die.
Yeah, that movie. I'm so gonna watch that fucking movie. I don't know if Animal will like it, but I'm going to fucking love it because I love Sam Rockwell.
Oh, if you have doubts if I'm liking it or not, I'm already nervous.
Well, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. I have to see the movie before I can tell. But I love the trailer because he says he's from the future, but it's like he just looks like a homeless dude. It's like
chances are he will be, because that's what they always.
He is. I watched the full trailer that they finally put out, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be pure fucking fun. There's some great imagery in this, like when he's laying there with her on the ice and she suddenly gets pulled away from him.
Yeah.
That's a great image. It's something that stays with you. It's very primal. It's one of those primal fears.
Yeah, that was some of my favorite stuff in this film at all, was some of the shot work that they do, not necessarily the characters, but
yeah, Michel Gondry, it's like he did one movie I remember that I liked. And that's Be Kind, Rewind. I like that movie. Back when Jack Black was still funny. But I can't even think of anything else. I can't think of any other movie he did that I've seen.
yeah, they did a bad job selling Be Kind, Rewind, because they made it look like it was just this comedy, and then it's more so like that's part of it, but it's really kind of a depressing film at the end.
It's a psychological dramedy. I think it has a moment of hope because they stop and talk to each other again in the hallway, and you feel hope. So I think there's hope at the end of the film. It's not bleak because even though memories have been wiped from them, there's residue.
There's
memory's residue. Go ahead.
And now they have the documentation of what they really think, so they could, if they want to, they could work out the problems.
Well, that's just it, because the things that they're saying in those recordings are things you're supposed to say when you're in couple counseling.
Yep.
You know, every single criticism they say, I can't stand this when they do this. I think she's a horrible person. I think he's a nobody. You know, all those things are the things you're supposed to broach when you're in couples counseling in order to get to what's really wrong with you. And if you can't become honest, you're fucked. He's also really detestable that he fucked his little assistant there. What a scummy thing to do. And I get a feeling that's how he met his wife. She sees the pattern.
Yeah, that's why he really invented it. Like, shit, I gotta get my affairs in order, literally.
He does it to his wife first without her knowing. Shit works. She doesn't remember what I did last night. That's evil. That's evil as fuck.
It is.
Oh, this and Being John Malkovich actually consider kind of terrifying films. The idea of someone just going in and fucking with your head, like on that level.
Look, I went that entire movie like this until John Malkovich goes into his own head.
Jim Malkovich?
And
Jim Malkovich. Jim Malkovich.
John Malkovich. And it's like, I fucking lost my shit laughing when that happened. I showed that clip to you, Anima. And
Yeah,
you see his head
wild.
his head on women's bodies, children's bodies, a baby.
Babies.
Like,
yeah.
oh my
So
fucking
crazy.
God. That was so fucking nuts,
That's
dude.
trippy.
But
And
by the way,
and what happens when you're done? You get kicked out somewhere along the highway, like on the edge of the highway.
Yeah.
And by the way, when he gets hit in the back of the head with the beer can, that was for real. The guy drove by and threw that can and hit him, Malkovich. That was not expected, not planned.
like the plane in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Imagine being in that plane, looking out the window, and you see a house blow up.
I know, right? Like, did you see that? Honey, did you see that? Oh my God, I think LA's on fire.
Oh boy, did I pick the wrong day to stop drinking.
Oh yeah, Airplane. Yeah, the escalation of that too. Looks like I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue. Like what? And then he does it wrong. He puts the airplane glue right up into his nose. Like, that's not how you do it. My brother did that shit. Actually, two of my brothers did, and I watched them do it when I was a kid. You squirt it out onto something and you inhale the fumes right off of what you do. It's the same way huffing works, where you spray into a bag and then they stick that shit over their mouth. That's why it's so easy. Like if they use spray paint, you can tell who's been huffing because they got like instead of like Oreos where you get the chocolate ring, they got fucking paint rings around their mouths. Fucking
the fuck, man, people is crazy.
True. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, people fucking do destructive things to themselves. Drug addicts is who I'm talking about.
Oh, I had colleagues who would use the cartridges that you put in to make cream in those easy bottles. They were sniffing that. And that's fucking dangerous.
I was reading this and all I heard was cream. Yep. And you distracted me just saying the word cream. Just so you know God. How fucking madly in love with you I am. You say cream and I turn and go, yeah.
You're a dirty old monkey.
I'm a filthy monkey. Without the memories of past trauma. Oh, sweet.
Hi, Raiders.
Without the memories of past trauma, what you are left with is the initial chemistry that brought them together initially. Exactly. Yep. And the problem is we need our past traumas to help guide us forward. We only
need my pain.
Yeah, exactly.
You learn from them. They shape who you are. You can't just take that away and still be the same person.
But I tell you, there's a lot of people that think otherwise.
E. Clay, I didn't say hi to you, buddy. Hi.
Oh, my God, Sully.
What's that?
I only know that real drug is not for the monkey business.
Yeah, that paint, that's for amateurs. I did like cocaine.
Hey, this for posers.
That's for poor white trash. I told you we built a skate park in the barn at my buddy's house way back in the early 2000s. And we put in a half pipe and a single ramp for you to go up on, catch your wheel, and then drop down, and then you go do the half pipe up in the top of the barn. And it was free for kids to use in town until we walked up there one day to sweep up and clean and found somebody had been up there huffing.
Oh.
And we shut it down. You know, that's what you did. And we told all the kids, whoever did this, you tell them they ruined it for everybody. You kids now no longer have a skate park. Because they had to fucking huff. And then, like being a dick, I said that, and they didn't clean up after themselves. Because if they cleaned up, we wouldn't have known.
Oh, they never do.
There was this one night, though, Anima. I told you about that mask that Mac made that scared my daughter from ever opening the door again for strangers.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Mac took a ladder. We had a big moon-shaped window. We put that in ourselves on the barn where the barn doors used to be. We cut them out. The owner of the barn gave us rights to do with whatever we wanted to do with that barn. And so we did. And we put this giant round glass window. It was actually plexiglass, but it fit in there really good. And one night, I don't remember this black kid's name, but he's a really nice kid. He was up there with a bunch of other kids skating, middle of the night. And I came climbing up the ladder and went in there to see what was about to happen. I just stood there near the ladder that went down, just stood there watching as he climbed up with that fucking mask on up into that window. And the funniest part is the black kid was the one that was skating, and he did the half pipe, and then he went up to the ramp, caught it, came down, and he was moving up to the stopper. And as he was moving up to that small ramp stopper, there's Mac right in his face. And it was so funny watching him fucking lose his shit. His skateboard went flying through the air. He's scrambling backwards, screaming like a girl scream. And it was just fucking funny. And all the kids screamed, and I got to witness it. None of this shit ever got caught on camera, the stuff that we used to do. This is back when Jackass was kind of just starting, you know. And
we should be grateful that there's no evidence against you.
Well, we did start recording because of the show Jackass. And like we got that footage of Sean, my buddy Sean, who he was the one that threw the party where you met Mac, Anima. That was at Sean's house. Sean put layers of fucking sweatpants and sweat shirts on, and then put lighter fluid all over himself. And we had like a 20-foot snowdrift on the side of the barn. And he climbed up to the top of the barn, set himself on fire, ran, and jumped off into that fucking drift on fire. And that's why I was there, because I was their in-house medic. My job was to keep them alive and treat their injuries. And there were a lot of fucking burns and broken bones that I had to treat hanging out with these fucking guys.
And you see, people, that is why women live longer.
Yep. The film Spotless Mind, that's why the joke I wanted to make today when I showed this was dead at 69. Here it is. Dead at 69. I guess he was married. Didn't make it to 70. Guess he was married.
Says the guy who's about to marry for a 5th time.
Yeah, but you're different.
Jerk.
You're not like most women. With many effects
the 4th one
accomplished in camera through forced perspective, hidden space, spotlight. Well, they did some of the same shit, by the way, with the movie Yesterday, because like how they did the scene at the diner scene with the soup was done with low shooting where a table should be. The table was removed. In fact, the lens was technically the tabletop. I love some of the photography in this. I dislike the color of the film. I don't like it when you mute colors. And then you suddenly make them shiny, like they're bright colors.
Yeah.
And then they go to mute colors when it's real world. And I'm like, I don't like that. What you could do is show natural colors and then in dreams enhance the colors, but don't mute the real world colors. Hi, Penny.
Penny
for your thoughts.
I thought you never asked people what they were thinking.
No, it's a joke. I agree. Without their memories, there's no chance at real reconciliation and growth. It would be a similar cycle with the same problems that ruined their prior relationship. That's the risk.
Yes, but they have now documented everything.
The recordings. They have the recordings she gave to them. I think the best line he ever delivered was his Knowles when he says, "Yes, Bawana." Fucking with I just got shot. Yes, Bawana. Yeah, we figured that out, Meth.
Yeah.
Shall we call you Captain Obvious? Thank you, sir.
Somebody narked on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of problem with some of the lighting and stuff within the film.
I know that voice.
Yep. Rocket Kitty has joined me.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, come on.
Guy.
I'm trying to fucking put it up there. I was responding. Is that supposed to be the kitty cat?
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the scene is the smashing the bird thing. So I'm like, who the fuck does that?
Very troubled cycles in the making.
Yeah, he had that happened to him, and he said it happened to him. That's fucked up, dude.
Well,
I also like the way they switch back and forth from the child actors to the adult actors in the costume. I like that.
He isn't fully right in his head. We know that. I'm not surprised that happened to him as a kid.
Well, that's trauma-inducing. Something like that. Yeah, he grabbed those boobs right then. That was fun.
Oh.
I do not understand the whole smothering thing as play. I don't get that.
There is so much that doesn't make sense. Like, why does he go back to being a kid?
Well, because he's trying to go back to a memory.
Yeah. Yeah, to a memory in which he doesn't exist.
Where he can hide her. He wants to hide her in there. So a memory of her will survive. And she, the memory, is actually helping him, which I think is fun. I think that's funny.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why would you, what? You're already in a fantasy. So this is a fantasy film. It's not science-based. So you've got this fantasy where he's found this one memory and he doesn't want to lose this memory. So she actually becomes self-aware in the dream for some reason, even though really it's him. It's all him.
Yeah.
Even the scientist says that.
He's behaving like the image that he has had of her. Remember when he says, "I always thought she would save me." So she's acting like he wanted her to be.
Yeah, because that's not her in those memories.
Nope.
That's his memory of her. Yeah, it's his projection of everything, including the scientist. And that becomes clear when he says, well, what do you expect me to do? I'm just a projection of your mind. I'm not really here. And what happened was when he looked at certain objects that give him a certain memory, it goes to a certain place in the brain. So that's how they track the memories of where to go. So they start targeting those areas. But then he starts leaving those areas with her to hide her somewhere else so they can't delete her. And that to me is the most interesting part of the story. Of this entire story is him trying to hide her in another memory. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way, pal, but go for it. Fuck it. And you could refer to that maybe as that where one memory can dissolve into another one, because you do that in your head anyway. I do it all the time, where I will remember a movie, but I'll remember something from another film, and so they become conflated in my memory for some reason because of their similarities. And you can do that with memories too. So I guess, that could conceivably work. But again, this isn't real science. So. It says nowadays there will be no Jean-Luc Godard. I agree. Ingmar Bergman. I can't think of any director that comes close to him.
Because all the studios are owned by corpos. Yeah, there wasn't necessarily a lot of creative people back in the day either, but there was enough people that would actually back things. Well, we don't have that anymore.
Have a great day, Elliot Johnson. Good to see you.
Take care,
See
man.
you again.
I haven't seen
There's
that one.
seen what one?
Je from 68.
I have.
And it's worth noting.
Oh no, it's totally worth watching. No, it's a good film. I'm trying to find the filmmaker of a film that I really liked. It's a French dramedy called Amélie.
Oh,
The guy
yeah, I
that
know
did
that
Alien
one.
Resurrection as well.
Found it. I found it. I love this guy. Jean-Pierre Jeunet. I like his movies. I really fucking do. He
Amélie was
kind of
great.
reminds me, his filmmaking kind of reminds me of an American filmmaker who worked with the British a lot that was part of Monty Python. And I think they're Terry Gilliam and he are very similar directors. I like the movie A Very Long Engagement. I like the movie Amélie. I love the fucking movie City of Lost Children. I liked his movie Delicatessen. It was weird for me, violent, gross. Micmacs was a good film. I didn't like that movie. I'm looking through his retinue of films.
God damn, that's the way you do it. Sander Hammerslag says, I thought Bakalaka Street influenced this film.
Oh, yeah, there you go. By the
That
way,
is how
Alien
you-
Resurrection, I hated. That was one of his films I really despised.
So, here we go with the street.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
Yeah, some of the stuff was back in his intellectual period, and I'm not really interested in overly intellectual films. They bore me. But I really liked his movie. Delicatessen was good.
Yes.
Lost Children was my favorite. I fucking love that movie. I love Amélie. I like A Very Long Engagement. I enjoyed Micmacs. Hated Chanel No. 5. It was a short film, not very good. It was a commercial. That's all it was. And then that's it. The rest of the stuff I didn't much care for. But he was a filmmaker. I thought he had a period of time there, the 90s, where he was firing on all pistons.
Well, you know, he said that it's like, why are you making that movie? Like, I mean, it's France is ugly now.
Yeah, trying to find some beauty in that city is hard. Oh, and by the way, for this director, one of my least favorite films ever made was made by him. The Green Hornet, starring Seth Rogen.
What? He made that one? Wow.
He directed that movie.
Yeah, I think we could have saved a lot of heartache if we had just killed freaks and geeks in the womb.
That opinion is not that of Pop Culture Minefield.
What?
What? That's what gave
Hey,
Rogan his start. He was on that show with.
I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm
What?
standing back and saying it exists, that thought.
Whatever
No
you're
comment.
using, Shen, put it down.
What? Seth Rogen? That's where he got his start. If he hadn't gone that, we wouldn't have had to deal with this stupid shit. That series.
Yeah, but I like it. I like his buddy. I think he's a good actor. He likes girls a little young. but
wasn't that more Franco? I mean, it's still pretty.
That's
bad
what I'm talking
either
about.
way.
Franco came from that show too. Freaks and Geeks. That's where they met. Also, I like another guy that was on that show because he would go on to play the psychologist for the FBI that worked with everybody on Bones. What is that guy's name? John Francis. That's the guy. Also, fuck, man. Linda Cardellini was from that show. Martin Starr is actually a good actor. I like him. He's the main weed guy on the show King of Tulsa. Yeah, they had a lot of gifted people on there. The only thing that they had on there I don't like is really Seth Rogen. I also don't really like Sam Levine. But I like the rest of the cast. They're good people, good actors.
Sally, we don't dislike colored hair. We don't like the crazy colors that she keeps going through because it's just one sign of how crazy she is.
Pick a color.
Well,
and by the way, for me, what I said was a preference. I don't like it. People that I have met that are like that do that with the colored hair, aren't the most stable people I've ever met. And I tend to want to have stable people in my life.
It's not the coloring is what signifies what.
Oh, today, as far as today, yeah, I'm talking about.
No. And what you were saying there, there's the constant changing is a signal of possibility of instability.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you don't know what you want when you change something like that so frequently.
Now, my grandmother, she normally would put a hint of blue in her hair. Her and the old gals that she used to hang out with, go play cards with. I kind of was like okay with that until one time when she came and it was almost purple. And I'm like, purple doesn't sit you, Grandma. It just looks weird.
Yeah, I never understood that. Why people with white hair dye purple. It's such a weird choice.
It's easier.
Okay, you're not understanding. It's not a criticism. It's a preference. I keep saying this. That's my personal preference. That's my personal feelings on the subject. I'm not making a criticism of who they are or what they are. But to me, that's usually a warning sign. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to talk on it any further. There's no need to. It's just like, if that's your thing, go do your fucking thing. But I don't want any part of it. I think that it's a sign of emotional and psychological instability with the people I've met that do it.
Switching. What is it? Here we go.
I'm so lonely, so lonely, so lonely and sadly alone.
And there you have it.
And with a character like this in the film, you have somebody who drinks and drives, doesn't seem to give a shit about it, and also has multicolored hair. Those are two warning signs for me. And
so, she damages his car and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, doesn't give a shit that she damaged his car. It's like, wow. So you don't like him, so you think that makes that okay. Okay. There, I'm criticizing her personality.
I think she's a narcissist. The only person she cares about is she herself.
Yeah, I had a friend. He's still a friend of mine, Ben Hindy. And Ben, first time I met him, was talking about that he was bi, and I said something. I said one of the problems I found with a lot of my bi friends that I don't see in my gay friends is that they pick an island and stick to that island. They make choices. I said all the people I've known that are bi tend to be like the people that constantly change the color of their hair. They're not capable of or not trying to make decisions. They have decision problems, and that would pop up every once in a while with Ben, because he would say something where he couldn't make up his mind on something, and I would go and I'd point at him, like I told you. He goes, "Shut up." Can't make up your mind. Well, as a writer, I can tell you that's a terrible purpose for a character. You know, it's okay if you put an arc to that, but there's no arc with that character. In fact, the only person who has a quasi arc in this story really is the secretary and Jim Carrey's character. Both their characters have character arcs in this story. The girl, on the other hand, just realizes she made a mistake. Well, that's not the same thing as a character arc. That's pouring something down the drain and going, "Oh man, I shouldn't have done that." That's not an arc. I have to agree, Gary, that the porpoise has no arc. Is there a porpoise in this movie?
Fuck off.
I know they're out by the water all the time.
That's my
I think
word.
he's just shitting with you. With terrible porpoise.
Yeah, what do you mean porpoise?
Fuck off.
No, and that's why I said it's just my experience. My experience has taught me to watch hanging around people like that because I've had bad experiences with them. Yeah, it's my preference. Exactly.
Your preference for bi people. Got it.
I mean, I call you a friend.
Well, that's an acquired taste.
You can be so
Yeah,
mean.
if that is the case, Martin, then I understand the concept of I don't want to say it because I don't want this being misunderstood, but where you eat and then throw up.
Oh,
Make yourself
oh,
God, the backgrounds in this look so fucking weird with that art filter. I swear to God. I can't make out anything in any of these scenes. Like, what the fuck is that? Is that a tree? Is that just grass? What is that? It's like that scene in the movie The Thing, where they're in a, what is that dog? What is that? That's not dog. It's imitation dog. Is this something we can sell to Korea?
Actually, I got a question. Exactly how can they tell just under a little like microscope if it's dog or not?
No, the only way to tell is at the molecular level. Because people go, well, we never got to see the thing. I'm like, the fuck you didn't. That computer representation was showing you the actual thing. The thing is an individual cell. And then they work as a hive together until shit happens, and then they break apart and run for the hills. Everyone for themselves.
Yeah, it was a microorganism. As far as I can tell, the things that don't quite look from this world were previous alien organisms it absorbed.
Right. My favorite is like when I see on Facebook these fucking people over on the Thing fan page, the group, and they'll go, "This is what the Thing looked like." I'm like, "No, that's something that the Thing made. That is not the Thing." And I'm trying to look for it. One of the most recent ones I saw.
I mean, it's in the fucking name. If you don't have a real definitive form outside of microbes, that's far more terrifying. It's, literally evil masquerading as science.
Like somebody had said that this is the Thing in the movie The Thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's the pilot of the saucer. The Thing is in a petri dish.
So,
here
do
it
you
is.
think
Here it
they
is.
deliberately crashed the spaceship on Earth X thousands of years ago because they were just desperate to make sure it didn't get back to their home planet?
Well, we don't know. I've assumed that they were taken over. And while they were being violently taken over, the ship crashed. Is what I've
My
always
bigger
assumed.
question: exactly how was the Thing going to power that UFO it was building out of fucking sheet metal? It's it's kind of hard to get nuclear material or whatever the hell fusion going with.
Yeah, getting your hands on nuclear material is hard. Nuclear, on the other hand,
Nuclear, right? Oh man, I got to get John Brandenburg on because we'll never be able to do another Dark Matter. So I got to get him to do one of our shows about science and science fiction. And I love it when he mispronounces.
Holy crap!
That's
awesome.
Okay. This was for the prequel movie done in 2011. They had designed what the pilot looked like, and some people are saying that's the Thing. And I went, no, that's the pilot that gets attacked and causes the crash at the beginning of the film, the original 1982 film. That was their idea of what it looked like. And but it's like the Thing itself, because you'll see this with films, like this, where they go, well, that's the Thing right there. That's what it looked like. When you see it attack that one guy, from underneath the building in the 2011 film, that's what the Thing really looks like. I'm like, no. How stupid are you? It is a microscopic cell.
Yeah, it's a cell.
This isn't the Thing. This is a bunch of little things that have made up this body, as well as the slime that's dripping is them. It's fucking wackadoodle that they can't understand that any of these forms are things that it's replicated. It's not the Thing. The Thing is that single cell that starts it all. And then they work in unison together like a hive. It's a very simple concept. I don't know why they have so much trouble with that. So, were we done with the film? Because I do like at the end where they hear each other, the things they said about each other, and it hurts. That shit hurts. And then we see them in the hallway, and then it cuts to that them out on the snow, and you can go, well, that's from the past, but I don't think it is. I think it's the present.
It's the present. The clothes are different.
Yep. They went back there and they're refinding themselves and learning how to do it maybe better this time.
One can only hope.
Again, that girl hopefully ended that fucking business, because it's stupid business, by giving them back their memories through their own voice recordings. I like that. I like that ending for a film like that. What's this? Carrey stated on the DVD that he received an early version of the script and requested to play Joel, a role that was, as many reviewers favorably noted, a departure from his typically frenetic on-screen persona. In the press notes, Kate Winslet stated that she played the Jim Carrey part and vice versa. Well, that's interesting. I've always liked her. One of my favorite things with Kate Winslet was when she was on the TV show by Ricky Gervais called Extras. where she plays a quasi different version of herself. It's her name, but she's playing a different version of herself, and she's a potty mouth girl in real life in the show. She's got a foul fucking mouth. It was funny as shit. Oh man, did you watch Extras? That's a good show. Mac said, "Hey, I found this new show. You got to check it out." So I went and I watched it with him. He'd seen one episode, and I have a tendency. Mac and I have very similar tastes in movies, and we both focus on writing. Writing is essential. I really want good writing. I don't want to watch a character study that doesn't have good character writing. And a good character study has character arcs. You have to have a character arc. It's essential for a story to really work. You have to have a character arc for your main characters. And if you don't have them, it can tend to fall flat. And non-writers or people who just are consumers of entertainment might not consider that important, but they're just consumers. They're not cinephiles, real cinephiles. And I'm a cinephile, a proud cinephile. And I love writing. I'm a good writer. And I think that, I mean, Shadowski's read some of my writing. It's pretty good. I like his writing. I think that's why we're friends, because I like your writing.
Okay,
if you sucked at writing, I would have ended our friendship.
I like how it's like, okay, yeah, you got a terrible personality. I hate the way you look. I hate the way you smell, even though I haven't been in the same room. But I kind of like your writing.
God damn it, you're a good writer, so I got to stay friends with you. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, the ending of this, I really like this ending.
Well, yeah, it's better than the original idea they had, which was that they would just be they would keep getting memory wiped, but they would keep getting back together, and that they're basically stuck in an eternal cycle.
Well, that's the risk, but because they were given that.
Yeah, that's why they were given that, because otherwise it would have just they would have met again, and then.
Yep.
So I like that ending, and to see them standing there, and she breaks a little bit because she was ready to go, and then she turns, and he just looks at her, and she looks at him, and it's too long. She can't hold it. You know, she's trying to hold her breath with her feelings, and you can see them come out. She finally just lets go, and the feelings come out, and she goes, "Maybe okay." And he says something to her, and she chuckles a little bit, and then he falls to the floor, sitting against the wall. She does too. I think that for this film, it should have been a short film. It should have been a short story. I think it would have been better as a 44-minute story.
And then at the end, she just goes, "Okay, I'm done being a cunt."
Yeah, I know. I like that too, because she really kind of was. Well, it can really happen that way, because what has to happen in a person is self-awareness. Once you become aware of something that you do that's not so good, you have a tendency of being able to spot it later and curbing what you're doing. If you care, if you're a decent human.
If you care.
That's the prerequisite. You have to be a good person.
Yes, like I'm slowly becoming aware of how much I tolerate you when I really shouldn't. So
Yeah.
fuck you, Gary.
Hey, I feel the same way, buddy.
All lived happily ever after until they got hit by a bus 2 weeks later.
Right.
Well, at least 2 weeks later, not like Connor McLeod, that his girlfriend died half an hour after the movie ends.
And by the way, I really like that song at the end of the film too.
Oh,
I liked it before the movie. I
Look
heard
at
that
that.
song. What?
I am quite partial to that name.
Mildred Pierce.
Oh, Mildred. Yeah, Mildred. That's
Yeah.
his wife's name.
Not Pierce, but Mildred.
Yeah, the Joan Crawford film. Yeah, she's an actor that sometimes she's okay, and sometimes I can't stand her in movies.
The one actress I could never get behind really was Elizabeth Taylor. I haven't seen too much of her. I'm just going, I don't understand why she was such a big deal to people back then. But I guess it was just the husbands and all the other crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find the song for everybody.
ELO one, right? It's been a long time
No.
since the movie.
No, ELO, yeah, without a doubt, I love that song. But I actually like the song at the end of the film. Everybody's Got to Learn Sometime by Beck.
Ah, yeah, Beck's good.
Well, I like Beck.
2 turntables and a microphone.
Yep. What was that one? I'm a loser. Wasn't that it?
Yeah, that's his like one big hit. I want to like his MTV Makes Me Want to Smoke Crack. Because it starts with like just a guitar solo and it's like kind of droning off, and then he goes into a piano solo. I love those videos.
So there's the link to the song on YouTube if you guys want to hear it, the end theme. Mr. Sunshine.
Oh,
hi,
Yeah.
Six.
And
Hey,
she
Six. Thank you.
Thank you
What's
very
the super
much.
sticker?
It's a Shiba Inu hugging the heart.
Aw.
Aw.
Well, we love you, Six.
We do.
Good. Play something for her. Come on.
666, the one for you and me.
No. Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite band ever, but dude.
You love me. You really love me.
I think that's actually a better Deadpool movie than the Deadpool movies.
What's the matter? You scared? Noticeably? I'll say. Now stand back. I gotta practice my stabbing. No, please help!
That will always give me a chuckle.
How many times has Futurama been canceled? Like 5 times now?
Well, it's like even Family Guy got canceled. You know, it's like Fox is just so, man, Fox is Fox. They have screwed over so many fucking people. They tried to screw over X-Files. They definitely screwed over the spinoff series Millennium, which I really like. Frank Black, love that show. They fucked him over. And we had to get the outro story on the X-Files, the Frank Black story.
I'm still pissed off over what they did to the Lone Gunman.
Yeah.
I forgot about that show. You are right. They completely screwed that show over too.
And then they killed them off in the final
Yeah.
season of X-Files to make sure they could never come back.
Yeah, that was Chris Carter going, fuck you, Fox. And I did. I like those characters. The Lone Gunmen were cool. Fucking paranoid. What do they call those? The people believe in conspiracy theorists, conspiracy theorists.
But they were true all the time.
First show that
a lot
Vince
of them
Gilligan
were.
ran.
Yeah.
I mean, if I ever met Vince Gilligan, people was like, "Oh yeah, it's Perfect Man." It's like, no, I want to spell Lone Gunman.
Then he would go to another network and fucking make 2 hit shows and now a third. So 3 hit shows. He made Breaking Bad, and then he made the follow-up series prequel. He made
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Better Call Saul. Love that show. And then he made a movie that was sort of the finale for his character. And we get to see where he ends up. And sadly, it ended up being one of the 2 last films of Robert Forster before he died.
One nice thing though, Robert Forster did get to see El Camino before he died.
Yes, he did. And a lot of people didn't think he did. In fact, Vince Gillen didn't think he did. But the kid, Jesse, I can't remember his real name, that plays Jesse Pinkman. He told him, he says, no, I spoke with him. And he said that he got to see it. And that made Vince Gilligan so happy that he was able to see it before he died. Yeah, I like stories like that, man. That's good stuff. So, well, that's almost it for our Jim Carrey week. We will do our Thursday show on Tuesday coming up. So you will still get a Jim Carrey show next week, which we're going to be doing. What is it, Anima? We're doing
Truman Show.
Oh, Truman Show. Truman Show. Yeah. Which I like that movie a lot. I really do. I like it a lot. And
I do. Andrew Niccoli, the writer, was one of my favorite directors for a while until he kind of went off the deep end because he decided he probably needed to make money over the types of films he was making before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Lord of War. That's one of my favorite movies.
Which one?
Lord of War.
Lord of War. Yeah, there was someone tried to say that's a sequel to was it the John Cusack film where he's a hitman?
What? Gross Point Blank?
Yeah, Gross Point Blank.
No, there's no way.
No. There.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I'm going to find the book here real quick because I always forget the name of it. It's one of my favorite Philip K. Dick books.
Which one? I mean, he wrote a lot. Like Phallus or?
No. I'm going to his bibliography. I always know it when I see it because the name is so doesn't feel like the story. Time Out of Joint. 1959. This is one of Philip K. Dick's my favorite Philip K. Dick books. I'll just say it that way. I don't think it's one of his best. I think it's one of my favorites. I think it's my favorite book that he ever wrote. And this story, if you ever get a chance to find a copy of this book, Time Out of Joint by Philip K. Dick, is the basic premise of The Truman Show, where this entire place is made for one person and everybody in it is pretty much an actor in this world they create. And what it is it's always 1959. You know, Eisenhower is still president, Marilyn Monroe is still alive, and they've got this planes that fly overhead constantly, you know, watching him. He always feels like they're watching him. And come to find out, it's not paranoia. It really is all about him. And why is this all about me? And he's got to find out why. Why is the world doing this? Made this fake world just for me. Why would they do that? And when he figures out what it's all about, Atlas shrugs. That's all I got to say. You have to read it for yourself to find out what that means. And Time Out of Joint is just a great fucking book. And every time you read a PKD novel, you're getting a glimpse into his mental illness. And
I think Scanner Darkly probably is just because that feels like one of his most personal works. Especially the dedication at the end is one of the most heartbreaking things. Because it's just his friends and what happened to them. And the fact that most of them are dead or insane or have permanent damage. And the last dedication is him.
Okay, all I get to say, Sagacious, is phrasing. Yeah. We still are. Hey guys, are we still playing phrasing here?
Yes, we are. We never stopped.
That's right. Just like Archer.
1,000 dicks.
But hold on, what was this? My copy of Atlas Shrugged was Directly underneath the "get the fuck out of here." What? Because I said
I gotta love coincidences.
that's really fucking weird. That's weird. That's so weird. But for those of you who have read that book, Time Out of Joint, you will understand the use of the phrase Atlas Shrugged. So that's crazy, Six. Ecto, my house is dusty. I guess I'm a dirty girl. It's better to be a little dirty than filthy. Or is it? I don't know.
Gert likes some dirty.
I like him foul mouthed, that's for sure.
Anima, this is where you're supposed to tell Gary to go fuck himself.
You don't get to tell me what to do.
Yeah, you don't tell me what to do, Shinatsky. You're not the boss of me. Oh, man, that is a great song, dude. It really is. If we wouldn't get called on it, we probably could play it if we're just on Rumble, which I would love to get you guys to just go over to Rumble and we would just show shows there, not ever worry about being fucking claimed on anything. We can play all the songs and all that shit.
Alternative ending, Everybody Hurts by REM.
Yeah, everybody hurts. Everybody hurts sometimes. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. I love REM, man. Good band. I loved his writing.
I discovered them when I was in high school, a teenager, and I always loved them.
I didn't know, were they hiding or something?
Dude, you know my background, so fuck off.
Gary, literally stop being literal.
I just like it when people go, I found Jesus in jail. It's like, really? What was he in jail for?
She has a sign made up.
I know, it's just for me. I'm a jerk. But more importantly, I'm her jerk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that fucking book is so weird, Six. Everybody poops. Like, I had kids, never bought that book. I can explain that to them. They don't need a fucking book to explain it to them.
It's funny though. I've seen it. It is really funny.
Although I will tell you this, with Benjamin, my oldest boy, 6, I potty trained him. And one day the toilet became unruly and he went in to pee and the lid shed on him.
Yeah.
And I had to re-potty train him. He refused to pee in the potty, like standing. So I had to potty train him sitting down. Because
that's what you should do to begin with.
Yep. That's right, 6.
Very true.
Yeah, Em will be an auditory stripper. You pay her money, she'll say things.
Hold on. You got a copy for Christmas as an adult? Who the fuck bought that for you? I hope you unfriended them.
No, that's fine.
There's a bad lip reading song called Everybody Poops, and then the lyrics after it, and if they don't, they're an android and should be destroyed.
I remember with the Far Side, they did this single image comic panel, just like Charles Addams used to do with the Addams Family. You see a bunch of cowboys. They deliver the line, "The stars are bright, deep, or the stars are bright, deep at night." Is that the line?
Deep
deep in the heart of Texas. And the alien claps one too many times. And the title of the cartoon was "How to Catch Aliens in the Old West." He claps one too many times. Claps the extra time. Because people who don't know that song will instinctively add the extra beat in. Because they can't understand. You got to stop. a beat early. I made a Rumble account to watch another show. I do not belong in the Rumble world. What the fuck does that mean?
I have
Made
no
a Rumble
idea.
account to watch another show. I do not belong in the Rumble world. Okay, is there more to this? Did I miss
Are
something?
you a Rumble girl in the Rumble world?
Rumble is just weird. I don't like
Hey,
that.
let's rumble. That is a whole different meaning. It means fight.
Yeah.
YouTube needs to fix their crap. They're not going to, dude. They have become anti-creator. They're very anti-creator. They can act like they're not all they want. We've already seen it. We went from huge views 5 weeks ago. We're getting great views to down to a trickle of like 45, topping out at 90 views. We usually get thousands of views on our channel. I also get some really funny, fucked up comments from people. The one that annoys me, the only one that ever annoys me, is when someone goes, "Hey man, get that guy to shut up and let's watch the movie." And I'm like, "Fuck you, man."
It's not as if it's in the title that it's a review and that Movie Geeks
Yes, these are
discuss
people.
movie.
Yeah, these are people that are so stupid they don't read the description. They just see the name of the film and think, "Oh, I get to watch this movie free."
Idiots.
And it's like, I used to interact with them. I go, "Hey man, where were you taught to read? Because wherever it is needs to be nuked from orbit. Because you're a fucking idiot."
I read good.
Oh, Gary, always a diplomat.
What was the one I saw yesterday? And I didn't want to laugh at it at first. And then I couldn't help it. The evil side of me laughed. And it's and it had a big, like it was a wall mural, okay, but not the one that you painted on the wall, but one that was printed, and then you use that little wet paper mache glue for putting it up on the they used to do with billboards. They would slop it up there, and then they would roll the billboard up on there, section by section, and it was like that, and it had the girl that died yesterday, or was it yesterday or the day before, in the shooting up there in
I think that was 2 days ago.
Yeah, it seems like it's 2 days ago. That's what it feels like. And it's her standing there heroically. It says, "I'm a such and such city graduate. I leer." Anybody get it? The Leering Center, the Children's Learning Center that was spelled wrong on front of the school.
I know.
It said Leering Center.
No,
and that's what
really?
that was a joke about that. Yeah.
Holy shit. Ha. Oh my.
Yeah, 6 laughed.
Well, I am not acquainted with those events.
Yeah, and I saw that mural. It was on somebody's page on X6. I saw it on X. I saw it and I looked at it for a second. I read it and I went, "Oh man, no, that's too no, it's not too dark. I'm laughing. Oh my God, why am I laughing at this? That's so awful." Because look, here's where I stand in that situation. I wish that woman had fucking obeyed and gotten out of that car and not be dead. That's what I wish. I wish that she would have fucking listened instead of smiling, cracking wise, and acting like she was on the show and that she was going to do what she's going to do and come hell or high water. And that breaks my fucking heart that these people are that fucking stupid. That now a kid's without her mom or his mom. I don't know, a boy or girl. But
Actually, there's way more to that because she has 3 kids and they have been taken away.
I have not heard that. But they should be, because these two, her and her wife, were militant activists. They were trained by militants, and they put more importance on that than their fucking family. So yeah, I'm not going to get political about it, but I'm going to tell you something. If a cop tells me to get out of a fucking car, you know what I'm going to do?
Get
And
out
you know
of
what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to keep my hands on that wheel. throw it in gear, and fucking drive towards another cop. Now, I don't think she was intending to hit that guy. At least I hope not. But the way she was smiling, I can't tell. I really can't tell. Because when I watched from that one angle, it looked like she was trying to go past him and hit him. But either way it goes, she should have stopped that and got the fuck out. But it was too late. Once she hit him, he has to perceive that as an imminent threat to his life. Because we have lost law enforcement officers who waited too long and got run over.
He has been run over in the past 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. People think that's dangerous. Car versus flesh. Who wins?
Car's gonna win.
Every time. Watch Rick and Morty. They preach it, man. They preach it. Car versus man. Car wins. And you don't fuck around when you're a cop. That woman that got killed, Olivia, I forget her name. Was it Good? Was it Good? Olivia Good? I think that was
the
it.
last name.
She was the police officer.
Good is this one.
Okay.
Okay, so Olivia was this woman cop down somewhere in the South, as I recall, Georgia.
Oh, yeah, the one that yes,
the
I saw that
Jeep came
video.
at her. The black kid driving that car, stolen car, and she slapped the hood with her hand and backed up a step and says, "No." And she's looking at him. He's looking at her. And then he engages within 3 feet. He killed her.
Yep.
3 fucking feet. Car versus flesh. Car wins. And anybody who says that, he shouldn't have done that, it's like, he didn't know what she was going to do. He acted in his best interest to save himself, because that's what he thought was happening there. He'd already been run over before. Wow. Yeah, definitely. I hate that she got fucking killed, man.
Yeah.
I would rather he'd be alive and in jail than dead.
In my opinion, and it's just an opinion, I haven't seen the footage from the angle of the officer. I
saw his footage too.
Yeah,
he got knocked.
Yeah. In good conscience, I cannot say running over him was her intention. But it looks like she didn't care if she do it.
Yeah, she was gonna do what she was gonna do, and if it hit him, it was okay.
Yeah.
And that's where I go. Yeah, she earned that fucking. She earned it. I hate it, but she earned it.
I don't know. It all happens too fast. You don't have time to analyze shit. You only react, and he has been an over.
But best quote I've ever heard on these types of situations: doctors, lawyers, and the public all have months to debate decisions that we have seconds to.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no time. You have to think instantly, and it is what it is.
What I am angry at the media is that they are showing the videos always at low speed. They gave you the impression that he has time to think. But when you see the video in real time, dude, that's 1-2 seconds max.
By the way, her name was Maryland Officer, I think Baltimore, Maryland Officer Amy Caprio. And here you go. This is right before her death.
Be prepared to pause it.
Oh, it's not a video. This is just the image. I did a snapshot of the video. I don't need to show the video. I don't want to show the video.
She shouldn't have kept standing there. She should have moved.
She should have fired. Period.
Oh, well.
If she could not get out of the way of that fucking car, she should have squeezed the trigger. Because in the next split second, she was dead. And she didn't die quickly. In fact, no one's allowed to see or hear the footage of her fucking dying. It's been sealed. No one should ever have to listen to her fucking dying. Absolutely comply. Cop tells me something, I'm fucking doing it. Yes,
and
sir.
With that happy note, it's been like 2 hours, 10 minutes almost.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm sick of Sally's crap. She's always giving me crap. Why do you criticize me so much, Sally? I'm teasing. I really didn't see him get it, and anything coming out now is going to be edited. No,
No,
you
no,
got to
no.
watch raw footage. If you
His
see
body
anything
cam
brand new-
footage, you see him slam into the hood.
No, it's not body cam. It's his phone. It's his phone.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
however, in the original video, the thing is there you have to zoom and you have to use slow motion. You can see how both of his feet are sliding on the pavement.
Yep. But his footage shows him get hit. You can actually hear and see him get hit from his camera.
And you see her smile.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the creepiest part is she just kept smiling. I that just creeped me out. Like, what the fuck, man?
The thing.
I agree, Six. Anybody that is an officer or agent of the law has to have a fucking body cam.
Yep.
Period. And if they get caught with it turned off and something happens, you're off the field. You know, we got to rely on you to fucking obey the law too. And if you're not going to, you shoot somebody and it's not caught on your body cam, there's a problem with that. You're going to work a desk the rest of your fucking career. Because I think officers of the law, agents of the law, that goes from FBI, DEA, all of them, absolutely should be required body cams at all time. It keeps not only showing how they're conducting themselves, but how the criminals are conducting themselves. So everybody gets judged evenly. And I absolutely believe that.
Now,
oh, wait, what was this? What was this?
Okay.
People smile when they're nervous. No, it's a different kind of smile.
Yeah. Now, I need to tell this. You know, I'm from Venezuela. The first horrible thing that these people did to my people was to put us one against the other. That's when everything started to go to shit. When your government, when the government tells or the people in power tell that you have to hate the other.
Because like with guns, hold on a second. I need to respond to this. Like with guns don't kill, people do. It's the person behind the wheel. And with their intent. With what happened with it after that, she lurched forward onto her pedal and sped into a telephone pole in the back of another vehicle. So that's what happened there. Guns don't kill. You can set a gun down, it's not going to kill anybody. Put it in somebody's hand, somebody can get killed. It's that simple. Same thing with cars. But you'll never see them go after cars. You never see cars get outlawed.
Well, we haven't seen vehicles blow it into people. Remember what say? Oh, a minivan run over a parade. Yeah, minivan.
Well, Six. Let me tell you. I think that Reed nailed it here. Well, not that one. Wait, where's the other one? There it is. This one. Her partner was gassing her up, absolutely doing it. And she tried to get in the car.
She's the one who yelled at her, "Drive, baby, drive!" And that's when she engaged in the engine.
Then she starts screaming, "No, no, no!" Well, gosh, I guess driving wasn't the best order to give. All right, I'm not going to go any further with this. Everybody's got their opinions on it, and everybody's welcome to their opinions on it. I believe that off of the footage I've seen, it's clear what happened. Not good. It's not great. It's fucking awful. It's fucking awful that she's dead. But choices were made. And what are you going to do? People are fucking people.
Yep. And have a great day, everyone.
Very true. God will be the ultimate judge. You're damn right, Sally. Good point. Everyone is welcome to their own shitty ass opinion. You goddamn right, Six. And by the way, your opinion about opinions, I don't appreciate it.
Except mine. Mine are always right.
All right, I love you. Except for mine. Mine are always right. Hey, I love you guys. Good hanging out with you guys today. Hope you enjoyed doing the show with us today. It's a lot of fun for me. And we will be back again on Monday, Military Monday. And until then, I want to say bye to every single one of you. Bye, Gambit. Bye, Snorty, Shirley, Lavassier, Slasher Fred, Sally Ford, Sandra Hammerschlag, Read by Nature, Elliot Johnson 187, who I think already left, right? And Comic Relief Crusader, Mike, E. Clay Thomason, Penny, and 6. Whether it's Sagacious or Jedi, it's still 6.
Did you mention
and that's
Meth?
it for that. I don't see
Oh,
Meth
no.
in here.
He was here.
Well,
Boy,
yeah, we
it
talked
would
to
be
him.
nice if if Meth would just suddenly appear, I could say it. I can't say it unless it's in there.
Oh, so you
Yes.
don't remember your friend being on the chat?
No,
You
I don't
talked to
rely
him.
on memory. I
He
don't
doesn't
rely on
remember what
memory.
he did 2 minutes ago, Martin.
Okay, nobody's gonna fucking add it. Somebody can add it. So
I
can
won't. Say
We'll
it.
do add it for
Just-
him.
Just
No.
say it.
If the name's not in there, I don't get to say it. Mm.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird.
Gary, that says nee.
But knee. We are the knights who say knee, or we are the knights who previously said knee, but now say icky picky icky
Icky Pecan.
Peking. Yeah.
Bang.
Peking. Peking. Anyway, we're fucking out of here. And thanks, Meth, for the raid. And love you, buddy. We are out of here, guys. So everybody have a great day today. We'll see you later. And also have a good Sunday.
See you
Peace.
on Monday.
Bye.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Matt Damon.